I'm not going to address the question of whether the federal government, Biden, the ATF, or whomever, has the authority to determine whether an individual citizen, someone like me, may lawfully keep and bear a piece of tube artillery like a 105 millimeter towed breech loading rifle howitzer under the rubric of the Second Amendment. Biden seems to be under the impression that the only thing stopping someone like me from attempting to obtain such an artifact is that he forbids us from doing so. I surmise that he must think that if he were to change his mind and suddenly make a ruling that it was now okay, that we'd all go out and get our own field pieces. Let's see what we'd be taking on in such a contingency. Now, 105 is quite a handful. Actually, I might prefer the 40 millimeter Bofors, which is quite a handful too, but I started with the 105, so we'll stick with that for now. By myself, I wouldn't be able to use a 105 very effectively. I couldn't strap the gun and ammo to my body with a holster and bandoliers, not to mention the expense. A towed 105 is a crew-served weapon, so is a Bofors, by the way. There are separate controls for traverse and elevation. In order to maintain a satisfactory volume of fire, it's probably best to have at least one additional person to reload the breech. Also, if you need to shift the fire laterally more than, I say, a 15-degree traverse, then you need to hand turn the carriage. And if you only have 3 people, all those people better be strong, because that thing is heavy. It also has a range beyond the line of sight for most operators, so you might position a spotter that can see the target and transmit data for adjustment of angles to hit what you're shooting at. For optimum utility, best to go with multiple guns, say 3 per battery, times the number of members of the crew, plus as many additional people as is needed to shift ammo around for replenishment. Most people who know a thing or two about firearms are aware of these issues and know that such an artifact is way more gun than they would have any practical use for, and whether or not it's legal for an individual to possess one wouldn't, and don't need Biden to tell them that they mayn't.